Well, it never fails. Was finishing up here. I knew my welder was kind of acting a little funny. Then I really started figuring out, something's really off. Well, found out I was out of gas. Of course, where I live, our gas place is, they close, I think at around 4. And it's Friday. And they don't open until Monday. But I'm going to switch over to flux core because I have it. And I'll be alright for this. Plug weld the holes. I've heard of some people saying it works better. I'm going to try it and see what happens. Should be fine. And then I'll do the bottom. Most of the stuff I got to do anyways is hidden. I got to do the plug welds on the bottom. And do these little hole plugs. But yeah, it's turning out pretty darn good. I may have to run throughout here with a spot welder. And a hammer and dolly some more and get it more pulled out. It was pushed in from before, so other than that, all this is back together pretty nice. A little bit of filler. I got that seam connection just a little bit off. I have to grind that down and got this repaired. I filled that in my old way. Yeah, it's okay if you're careful. If I knew I was running out of gas, that would explain why I was having so much problem here. Drill this hole in this tab and then bend it over whenever I get this bottom welded up. I'm going to weld this one and then weld this one. And do it that way. But yeah, pretty much got it all just about welded up. And I guess honestly the next thing will be kind of starting over there. And doing that side once I get this side grounded down. I do more of this body pulling and stuff and smoothing it out whenever I get ready to do Bondo. Or body filler, whatever you want to call it. I'll start doing more of that. More likely this is just going to get somewhat painted just for now. And then just to keep it coated and then I'll drive it. And then whenever I feel like it, I'll paint it. Do a little bit more body work to it. So it may just get a little bit of a painting, heavy filler on some of that. Filler primer and then call it good. As long as the inside's coated pretty good, I'm good. But yeah, I'm going to switch my welder over to flux core. And then I'm going to finish welding some of this up. And got these pinholes. Take me a little bit, so I'm going to go slow, and then I'm going to weld the bottom. That I'm not looking forward to. But yeah, just figure I'll let you guys know. It's turning out pretty darn good. Not really restoration, but it ain't too bad, honestly. I do prefer this one to be my nicer one of my bunch, so good enough for me. Get back to it. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I kind of learned some things. I knew this was going to be bad. Anyways, I got to do a little bit of body work to that and get that squared away. Flux core took me a little bit to figure out that one. I will say, the flux core underneath, I like that a whole lot better. Whole lot better. It just seemed like it worked so much better. Underneath, I need to grind. Well, actually, I don't have to. I just need to clean them up. It'll be fine. That's going to be hidden anyways. But yeah, that was a lot nicer, actually. It was a little bit more splatter, but I was able to keep the heat and everything up there to it. Had a couple blow through, but it welded through pretty good. So I actually kind of like that. Yeah, I gotta do a little bit of cleaning up over here. I'll worry about that when I do body work. And then I guess tomorrow I'd clean up over here. I can start breaking this corner off, which I need to be careful not ruin any of this. And I guess go ahead and start cutting that out. And getting that up to snuff on that. I think I'm going to use this patch panel, the other piece of the new piece I had, in case I do decide to do the body line. I'm thinking something like that. And just going, oh yeah, this is long enough. Just putting that piece up there, and it even gives me enough for a flange. Let me see if I can show you guys. Maybe. Probably just do something just like that. Honestly. Might have to clamp that up and see how that looks. But yeah, it's gonna plan for that, and I'll just cut the excess off. That way I can use up all that. It gives me a nice, kind of about the right curve to match that one, which matches the rest of the car. And it's kind of already in that curve shape. So, yeah, that will work. My only problem is, I'm afraid, the little me chopping off this end and making it shorter and extending in the wheel well area. I'm afraid that piece down there is going to be the same difference, or the same problem. This one is a little bit better shape, but I don't know if I really want to fix everything on it. So, and it'd be more pulling on the tail panel, taking off tail panel, and that's another thing I got to do is fix the tail panel. And then, hey, we're getting somewhere. This is, in my opinion, going to be the slowest part on this. So don't trip over everything. I'm going to go up to the house and get me something to eat. And I'll call it quits tonight. Just kind of stay around, see if anything's smoldered. Doesn't look like it, but yeah, I think that'll work out. I may do the same kind of cut and everything. That'll probably be a next weekend welding in thing, because I don't know if I really want to try that flex core on the other side, welding in a panel. I may just wait until I get some gas on that one. Plus, by the time I get it cut and bent and shaped and fitted, and especially if I gotta do that piece, I ain't gonna be able to get it all done. I don't think. So yeah, I gotta bend this little tabby in just a little bit and bend this one out. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night on that one. Alright, so we're back. Another day. Got a little bit cleaned up over here. So my thought process again was, we got it clamped up this time. Use the top half of that panel that I bought for the other side. It has about the same amount of curve to match the other side. I can kind of bend it if I need to. As far as the curve goes, it's about the same. I need to put a little bit more of a curve to it. And it also has a hair curve going this way. And I got plenty to put a end on this end, or a 90. And I'll just have to put it in my shrinker stretcher. Do the same over here and match that curve. And that'll help get the shape too where I need it. And that'll be about the right height and everything. Once it folds down, it's just a hair bit long. And yeah, see if I can take this piece out without hurting it too much. So it may take some more time and actually drill the holes out on everything. Hopefully I can just take this out in one chunk and then drill the holes out for the wheel well. That way I got a little bit more of an example. That's what I'm going to do. take that piece, take it off hopefully a lot nicer. And then when I go to cut it, I'll probably just cut it through here. I'll leave a little bit extra long and then go with that. I know I got a hole over here in the patch, so I'll probably do the same thing like I did the other side and mark it here, and then I'll go down a little bit back here. And that should do about the same, and I'll kind of keep it consistent on both sides. Yeah. Should be about the same. And this $160-something panel will allow me to have two. So yeah, works out. All right, well, I'm gonna get started on this, and I'll see y'all here in a little bit. Alright, a little bit of an update. Get everything kind of pieced together. A little bit wider spacing here, but I can't really do much about it. I think I can fix this with whenever I fix this panel, I can actually fix that a little bit. I think it got a little bit dented that way, so it's kind of shoved over a little bit more than what it needs to be. And that corner piece, this looks all right. I do need to, wish I could sharpen that edge up just a hair bit more. Might be able to do this when I take that panel off. I got the front bent over. It's a little bit more of a curve and a sharper edge, but again, I can take that and maybe take a chisel on the backside and just kind of sharpen the edge up just a little bit if I need to. I plan on putting wheel lip molding on this car anyway, so that's going to be hidden. Got the bottom trimmed up and edged so it all matches down here. That's pretty good right there. I just took the pliers and just kept bending it over, big pair and small pair, and same thing here. I did take a little bit of a hammer trying to hammer this one out just a little bit real lightly. I had put a relief cut. Got it pretty well done. Wife's over there crocheting. Yeah, got the body line set up. Looks all good. Follows it down. A nice curve to it. Pretty much matches this side, except without being as dented here. This one's not that bad. The next thing I need to do while this is all clamped up, I may put some more clamps on it. I believe I'm going to start cutting here, but I need to get it back down to this edge back here. I'm going to go with that one right there. Put me a piece of tape, run that, cut that all the way through both pieces of quarter. And that'll be a nice cut there. And then take everything back apart and basically paint it. I am going to put some screws here real quick. That way that's nice and sucked up and tightened up. Then once that's done, before I get too crazy on this, I need to paint in between here, but I also want to get this edge fixed up and then get these two pieces welded. Because since I'm doing it this way and not like this side, to where I had a little filler piece here and welded it in because this piece wasn't long enough. This piece, since it wasn't a little bit longer anyways, I was able to bend it and do all that. But I got to drill the hole in this and then weld it in here. And then this piece and this piece go on at the same time. But everything else seemed to fit. A little bit of trimming, but it was a lot easier on this side than it was that side. Yeah. This one patch panel I bought for that one side is going to do both sides. Alright, well, I'm going to get back to it. Lay my tape here from this line up to this top edge. Cut that. Start the assembly. And put a couple screws in it first to help hold it. And that way it relines. That should be pretty good. May be fun trying to weld it with the flux core. I may question that because, again, this is Saturday and nobody's open on that. So that could be a little bit interesting. Plug welds won't be bad though. Still got to do the back panel, but I may be able to start on that today. I don't know. Let's see how that goes. Alright, I'll let y'all go. Now I'm going to get back doing this. Alright. Well, I got it done. We'll say flux core is a little bit harder. I did get a little bit of warpage in there. It's not too bad. I can get it back out. Very, very, very subtle. But you can definitely feel it. I wanted to get it done this weekend though. Got the underneath welded. You gotta do some still cleaning up and then all that. Not too bad though. Welded all the way through, so we're good there. Definitely prefer gas. Just that it's not perfect either, but and it's about the same on dinniness. So this one was a better panel to start off with, and it warped on me. Which probably a little bit my fault and stuff, but oh well. It's on there. It's not bad. I just have to tap where it is in and then a couple other little things. Oh well. I am wore out and slag is burning. But still, again, not a perfect car anyway, so it's gonna get Bondo. Anyways, so yeah. But I got good lower quarters. They're all welded in. Good floor. Good rear support for trailer hitch. Both sides. Solid. It's what I wanted. I am going to use this piece, I believe, because the other one I have is not as good. So I'm going to redo this piece, which won't be too bad. It's mostly flat pieces. I am definitely going to wait until I get big gas. Dad's going to pick some up over the week. And since I'll be at work, so I may go ahead and put in our spot weld right there, just to make sure that way I can drill through both of them. I may go ahead and do that real quick. But I'm going to call it a day. Work a little bit on the panel later. And probably finish the panel. Probably the end of the video and getting it back on. I think. I don't know. This has been a lot of time lapse, but it's just a lot of time. Just go slow with that. I wouldn't have used the flux core, but I really want to get this done this weekend. And I wanted to try it, and it wasn't too bad, but nah. Ain't no big deal. Now I know next time. If I'm in a pinch, flux core. But seams and everything look good. This back one, I think it's mostly this piece has been bent in just slightly. And that's where I'm getting thrown off. And I can fix that and manipulate that a little bit. But yeah. I'm going to call it there for tonight. And probably do a little bit of cleanup tomorrow. I am going to drill that hole before I go. And I might tap that in to seal that up more so that way they don't get just water full in them. I did leave little drains at the bottom. Oh well. But that's a good thing. These cars are going to leak, so we might as well account for it a little bit. Alright. I'll let y'all go. Alright, so we're back from a couple of days. Got the tail panel up here, just kind of getting some of the small dents out. With a hammer and dolly, I'm going to have to clean this up, figure out what's all bad, and we're going to have to cut out and replace. I'm using the older one because it still fits better than the newer one that I have. And instead of me trying to reshape it, I'm just going to use the old one and fix it. It's still pretty decent. Newer one don't have these bottom tabs, but the newer one's also like a cheaper newer one, so the edge and everything's not as good, and it doesn't line up as much. Kind of scuffed this up on the back and then hit it back with that rust undercoating paint. Going to actually spray a little bit of light undercoating back here. I'll also do the same back here because I know pieces and stuff get up here. It's real thin undercoating, so it shouldn't be too bad. Just an extra coating to help protect it and keep it from rusting out since I'm there and this is going to get welded on. I'm going to take this up front before it rains, clean it all up so that way paint don't get kind of messed up. Figure out what's actually bad on this and cut out. Of course, I'll paint the back and everything when I'm done. Anyway, it's all protected. And that should be it of welding in the trunk pretty much. I got my MIG gas and other wiring. I got to finish welding that little hole right there. And weld this tail panel on, hopefully by the end of the day. Then this should be done, and then finish welding in the trunk bracket to know everything's good. Then I do need to do the bumper brackets, wherever they're at. I got to weld them on. But I can't do that until that panel's on. So, get all that. Then I will undercoat the underneath the car. But first I'm going to get this whole panel and done. Get it all, hit it with a wire wheel pretty much in the back here. Figure out how much needs to be cut out and replaced. I know this section does. This obviously does. Maybe little pieces here, depending. I'll hit it with the grinder wheel. Probably just to really show where I need to replace. I know this corner. One of these corners I need to fix. I think it's this side. Yeah. The top here is a little bit beat in. So that will help me line that all back up correctly. And a little bit here. A little bit more patching, but the panel does fit better now. As of now. It may change when after I get done welding and all. Oh well. But yeah. What I got planned for today is mainly get this panel done and on the car. Alright, show you guys how I kind of figure this up. Hit it with the grinder, because I know the grinder, it'll knock out a bunch of the little rust areas, and it'll show what the weak spots are. I know this whole corner was basically gone. I had to do a little bit of trimming anyways to get it to fit easier. I know this part's bad. This section's going to have to be cut out and redone. That won't be too bad. There is going to be a body line there, but I think I can hide that pretty well. This is hidden behind the bumper anyways, but I need to basically copy something like that down there. Little piece right there, because this one's, it's got the corner, but the rest of it's gone. Somewhat of the corner. Not quite for sure how I want to make this piece. This might be a little bit tempting. Interesting on how to do it. Same thing over here, this bottom corner. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. I don't have to go as far up on this corner, though. Little section here. The floor does run here, but I just cut that little piece out. It's behind the bumper anyways. Cut it out, be done with it. I can weld this up and it be hidden too. This little section back here, again, could be, but it's just going to be quicker for me just to cut that little spot out. It's flat. It makes it a lot easier. This piece, like I said, it's going to be a little bit interesting because I do have a little curve. But again, it's mostly hidden behind the bumper anyways, but I do need to get it somewhat right. Lower pieces may take me a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. I can bend me a little edge here. I just have to try to copy, which the good thing is these are actually somewhat together, so I can copy that edge somewhat. I think it's that side that I need to watch out for when doing that, because this top part needs to come out just a tad. May do that before I cut it. So it ain't too bad. It's well worth saving the time and modifying the new one to make it look better, but this one Still fits good, it's just got some rot in it. And I'm going to have to bend these little tabs up, may have to position them. Whenever I put the hitch on, these are actually going to get sandwiched. And I need to either bend these little ears out or cut them off, one of the two. But yeah, guess I'm going to start cutting out some of these easy spots and go ahead and get them done, and then focus on the other spots. I'll do these easy ones first. It won't be too bad. Yeah. Which I'll end up probably taking it back there. That paint's probably dry. I need to hit it with some undercoating real quick. It's going to take a little bit longer to dry today. It's kind of chilled. Looks about dry. Yeah. I can go ahead and probably put the undercoating on. Got this pro grade. That's not even the undercoating. I got a can of it somewhere. Yeah. A little bit of a slow process. This shouldn't be too bad though. When cutting and welding, I got little strips of new pieces like this I can use. I got some strips around here before I have to really make a piece. I think what I'm going to do, maybe I'd really like to come here and just do that, and it would help me get this formed out, because this is going to come out straight anyways. And this is the low point, which I can trim this off when I get it on the car and everything. Oh, I did grind down these little spot welds down, make them a little bit smoother, where you can still see them, but they're smoothed out. But I may put this piece, build it before I cut this one out, because I'm missing most of it. Run it through here, get it up to there, because I know that's where my somewhat point should be, about here. Leave it just a little bit long and do it that way. I do need to do a corner going up from here. Here, I noticed that little spot right there. So I may have to do a little bit of work there. Oh well. I'll figure that out when I get there. Of course, I'll be having to fit it and make sure and everything. So, there'll be a bunch of that today too. Fitting. And it looks like this bottom ear comes all the way out straight, and then just comes back in and curves. So that won't be too bad. Alright. I'll let you go and get back to doing this.
Sometimes all you need is a little bit of confidence. Sometimes just a little bit of self-respect. Now it's my time to step out of my comfort zone, take a chance. When I saw you coming out of the school that day, I knew you'd never be mine. Never. It's just me in my own skin. Me in my own skin. Nobody's buying my lies, but that's no surprise. It's just me in my own skin.
Alright, so I got it out here on my little parts or metal piece I cut off. Got this patch done, welded up one of the little holes that was for the badge. I'm going to go ahead and put the badge back on. I need to re-drill these holes, but I want to wait until I get this ground down, and I need to redo that hole and then try to copy the other three or whatever. If I drill more, I could. And I need to angle this a little bit too. Took the screws out. Then I'll grind it down where it's all nice and smooth. Hammer and dolly a little bit while it's off. Kind of get it nice and flattened back out. I'll hit the back side with a little bit. Then paint it and then undercoat the back. Bottom half. Won't undercoat the top until I get it together in the car. Yeah, go ahead and get this stuff grounded down and get it ready. Alright, I had to run town. I was letting this undercoat dry that I had sprayed. Got it all grounded down. I'm going to drill the holes on when it's on there. Sprayed it with that black rubberized kind of coating rust removes, what I've been using the rest of. Then put an undercoat from this bottom half here. Because that's going to be kind of getting some of that from the holes and stuff. So if anything sits in there, you'll have a little bit of protection. Better than what the factory did, so it should be alright. Plan is, go ahead and try to put that on tonight. Go ahead and weld it. And get it all together. Alright, so it's late. Got the panel on. A lot of spot welds. Everything's nice, solid. I gotta finish welding this. Oh, my arm is killing me. Or my shoulder. The support bracket, I gotta weld it in. Probably take that off while I have the chance to. And well, maybe I'm showing you guys. Here, flip this around. Nope, that's gonna break it. Let's do it this way. All right. So this right here, I am going to probably take out, paint behind it one more time and everything. Make sure. Little spot down here you can see is where these little brackets here. I got them painted. Let them dry overnight. Got to weld it in over here. Wanted to paint this area. That way they're pretty solid. And I don't think I will have to plug weld those. Here's the old ones. Because it looks like they just stitch welded it. There. Did plug weld it on the back, and then I'm not entirely sure if they plug welded it on the bottom. I know this was a bead. Ah, they didn't. So I just got to plug weld it on the back, and that'd be technically factory. And then, yep, just plug weld this back, and then there's stitch weld. Ah, crud. I got to weld that in. But if you look, I can actually see those holes there. So I won't have to drill these. I'd rather not drill them if I can get away with it. And just do it that way. Cool. Probably how I end up doing it. Stitch weld most of it, but they didn't paint the bottom of it or nothing. And I will do that, keep them from rotting out again. A little bit better of a chance. And these are left and right. I had to pull these back out because these are left. A little notch on the left, and then this one's a right, R, then right. And that is the order I remember pulling them out. Oh. Yeah, I got the gap looking all nice. I'd use that coat hanger. I guess could have gone a little bit more up, but it would be fine. It looks really nice. Most of the ones you see, the people just weld over it and done with it. And then you don't have these factory seams, which I don't mind them, so I'd rather keep it. A little bit more work, but hey, it works. I shouldn't have done these two welds around the welds around this. Should have left them be. I'll just have to re-drill some up top and just weld through. That way you can weld through all three pieces. But you're gonna have both. It's gonna be sandwiched with the bumper anyway, so it ain't gonna be too bad a big deal either. Gotta weld these up. That's part of that bracket. I didn't see it until up here, but yeah, get a little marker reference maybe. Oh, that could be a little bit interesting on this side. Didn't think about that part. And I gotta drill the hole for the bumper bracket too. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Take a shower, get all this metal and stuff out of everywhere. My deck is completely covered in shavings. Let this stuff dry, and I'll weld it in tomorrow and finish welding a little piece of floor I gotta do. While I'm busy welding and everything, I'll probably crawl in while I'm welding these. Before I do all that, I will fix the tire bracket. Fix that up and maybe make the I need to make another jack bracket because I'd like to put that back in, and there's two jack brackets. There's actually a third one. I got to figure out what to do about it because I didn't have it. That's for the little scissor jack. I might have part of it. I have to look. Yeah. Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Alright, so we're back. I got these bolts in, kind of holding these inner brackets here. Get ready to weld them. I probably just kind of like stitch weld it. That's the way the factory did it. I thought about maybe plug welding these, but I'm not. I will plug weld this back piece. I got them bolted in so that way they're cinched up tight. And that took me a hammer and a little punch and knocked down some of the places that were sticking up, like here and everything. Got it really cinched down. I might try to stick a drill bit here and drill those out. I don't know yet. I don't think it's that severe of a part as long as it's welded down. I don't know. I'll think about that one. Probably just end up welding it down. But yeah, I'm gonna get to welding them up, and no dimple there. Just a little breast spot. Get that pretty welded up, and then I'll weld these little back areas here that I get to, and probably drill some holes around here. Get them welded down. Yeah, that's what I plan on getting done today, and then I need to get that little hole over there welded up. I guess I'll do some cleaning underneath and get it kind of spray bombed. Start coating the inside pretty good, I guess. Maybe. I don't know yet. Oh, I need to do the spare tire mount too. Again, I don't know. I'm gonna get this part done because I need to get the welding done back here, and then I may actually set the car down a little bit. Might be the best plan to do. They get some body fillers, so I may start up in here around that edge and stuff. I don't know. I'll figure it out. One thing at a time, I guess. Alright, well, I'm gonna get to doing that and get those welded in.
Fortune lady told my mama before I saw the sun, said your boy's gonna love too hard and break more than one. He gonna make sweet women laugh and cry, laugh and cry, laugh and cry, in a whole wide world. Gonna ask him why, laugh and cry. But you know why I'm torn. Everybody knows I'm torn. Yeah, you know I'm a midnight man. Everybody knows I'm torn. I got a black cat charm and a heart turned blue. Got a letter from my baby saying I'm done with you. I'm gonna make you good, lead me by my hand. Then the crowd gon' cry for the midnight man. Love and cry. But you know I'm torn. Everybody knows I'm torn. Yeah, you know I'm a midnight man. Everybody knows I'm torn. Love and cry. Alright, baby. Love and cry. That's how it is.
So, I think I'm about done today. I'm working on the car. At least I'll probably end up cleaning up. Went ahead and brushed on some of that rust converted coating stuff. I brushed it hard, heavy in these little seam areas to help seal it up, and whatever can run in there, it'll help seal it. Same thing here. Did along this edge to help seal with the welds and everything, and that's hidden behind the bumper, and whatever's here is going to get sanded off. And inside the tail lights, wherever it was pitted pretty good, and I coated it pretty good. It'll help seal that little back edge too. And did the whole panel to help seal up this little areas and stuff. And where I patched it, kind of help smooth it and blend it and seal it up here. Then I hit with the spray can just to kind of coat it. This stuff does sand. It does clog up a little bit, but it does sand. But this is going to be hidden behind the bumper, so I don't plan on sanding it. Tail panel and stuff probably get sanded. That will come off. Just kind of brushed it on to seal it up just a little bit. Protect it where I could. Let that dry. If there runs in it, it's not a big deal. I can sand them down if I have to, if I'm really worried about it. Need to clean this up. Need to figure out what I want to do next. Probably maybe start up in the window. I do have some filler, so I could start with some of that, but I need to finish welding around the window. Finish that up. So that's something. But I need to clean up and everything. If I even work on the window, I need to drop it. May end up painting the inside. Maybe. I need to finish that welding bracket, but it's up in the air too much for me to get to it in and out comfortably. But I may clean up. No, I need to weld that in first and weld that piece over there. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I do need to get it cleaned up so that way it's easier for me to work around and everything. Keep everything flowing pretty good. That way this is drying too, because it'll take it all night to dry. I got it on there pretty thick. I'll do the same thing on the inside whenever I'm ready. Coat it up real good. Oh yeah. Got these brackets unwelded in pretty good. This way kind of the factory did it, except I put a little bit more weld to it. Definitely will brush and coat the inside of this. Alright, so I did some thinking before I got cleaning. I'm actually going to end the video here. I think this is long enough, and had a good stopping point for the video. But yeah, I think I'll end it here, and I'll see y'all next time.